Hello and welcome back. So as promised, I'm going to show you how to seed cycle in the second half of your phase. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. I mean, if you're in the second half of your cycle, then maybe just watch this one and watch that one after. But the important thing about seed cycling is to know where you are in your cycle and how to track your cycle phases. And so that is a video for another day, because that's just a video for another day. It's quite a topic. But understanding that at its basis, like when you ovulate, when your luteal phase starts, when you hit your follicular phase, understanding the length of your luteal phase, understanding these things helps you to understand where potentially you might need some seed cycling, or just like the intel. I mean, it's one of our vital signs as a female, what's going on in our menstrual cycle, and understanding where you are in your cycle and what's happening in it can only stand to serve your health better. So for the second half of your cycle, progesterone production has gone way up and continues to go up, because this is the time where progesterone is helping your body to keep a pregnancy or to just have a long, healthy luteal phase. A long, healthy luteal phase is about 12 to 16 days, and that is the perfect amount of time for a pregnancy to implant. Should you not get pregnant and your body chooses violence, I joke, then you get a period. So that's just like how it works. So in the second half of your cycle, so the day after you ovulate until the end of your period, you are going to want to employ, so we have sesame seeds. Sesame seeds have lignans in them as well, similar to flax seeds, but not as much. And so again, it's going to help with the estrogen in our system and make sure that we don't have any estrogen dominance going on, because at any point in our cycle, c'est no bueno. And then we also have sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds also have zinc, which help with progesterone production again, but they also have selenium, a really good amount of selenium. And this is great because it helps with liver detoxification. If your liver is congested, if you aren't detoxifying effectively through your liver pathways, then you're gonna have really bad periods. Quite simply put, because your body isn't effectively able to digest and remove and take out any excess anything. And so liver health is so important. Again, a topic for another day, but these are all things to consider as you work to resolve any cycle issues you might have, or as you just work to sort of like rebalance your hormone homeostasis. Okay, so for this recipe, this is savory. So for the first half of your menstrual cycle seed cycling, I showed you a grain-free granola. Now I'm gonna show you, I just call this like a salad booster. This is something that you can sprinkle on salads. You could also sprinkle it on roasted vegetables. You can sprinkle it on meats, on a pasta. It really is completely versatile, and it's a way for you to get, all of these seeds into your diet. Because you wanna get, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds, and in the first half of your cycle, you want 1 tablespoon of flax seeds and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds. And so, I mean, if you want to just have handfuls of these things every day, or just like take the tablespoon and eat it, by all means, be my guest. But I like flavor, so I do it this way. I like to cook with it. So I'm going to show you a really simple just flavor booster that is also going to help you seed cycle with ease. So for this flavor booster that is going to help you seed cycle in the second part of your menstrual cycle, so your luteal phase and your menstrual phase. So that is right after ovulation until the end of your bleed. So we've got our sesame seeds, we got a cast iron skillet pan, and we also have sunflower seeds. So the sesame seeds are giving us the lignans similar to flax seeds in our first part of our cycle, help with estrogen regulation. And then we've got, and these are the powerhouse of the second half of our cycle, it's the sunflower seeds, because we get zinc, which helps with progesterone production, which we need for strong luteal phases, and also healthy pregnancy implantation. Also has selenium, which helps our liver detox, which is very important to all of our cycle phases. So we're using a cast iron skillet because, one, cast iron is amazing because it doesn't release anything negative into your food other than iron. And if you are a person that is dealing with, heavy periods and maybe you're anemic as a result, cooking in cast iron is your friend. So I just have this on like medium low heat, and we're not going to toast these too long. We do want to make sure that we retain some of the nutrients, but again, in the interest of flavor, we're going to cook them a little. So we're going to add it just to a preheated pan. The thing about, seed and nut toastery is you really just have to keep your eye on it. If you don't, burning ensues. And we don't want it to burn, not just from a flavor perspective, but also just because we want to maintain all of the nutrients. And these have oils in them that turn rancid if you heat them too high. So again, it's not too high on the heat. And we're moving them around just because we want to release some of those delicious oils so that flavors are like little seasoning blend nicely. But we also like don't want to overdo it and kill any of the benefits that we would have gotten from the seeds in the first place. So they're just brown enough that the flavors and the oils have got activated, so they'll be flavorful, but we're not like killing off too much of the nutrients. Okay, so now to our food processor that mine also needs a lid and a blade. Won't get very far without it. Okay, so I have here just some salt that I added some orange and lemon and lime zest. Truth be told, I made this for margaritas and I just didn't use all of it. And this is gonna add a nice citrusy hit to this because when we have things like nuts and seeds, it can get a little heavy, a little creamy in our mouths, which is nice, it's welcome. But the salt and the citrus is gonna cut right through that. So if you sprinkle it on a salad, it's got brightness to it. So I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna add this blade, man. Okay, blade. Not a movie with Wesley Snipes. Well, it's a movie with Wesley Snipes, but that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just gonna add some of that. I'm going to add some red chili flakes. I mean, if you're seed cycling and you're like 13 or 14 or 15, amazing. I'm so happy you're here. But you can also omit this if you don't like spice. Fair. Some like it hot, though some are me. And then just some garlic powder. And we're gonna also just snip in with scissors some chives. So you can use any herbs you want. Don't let yourself be boxed in what I'm doing. Like if you like basil, use basil. If you like parsley, use parsley. I happen to have chives that, need using, so I'm using chives. Dried herbs will work as well. Just watch your ratios because if you use too much, it'll overpower it. So just be careful. All right. We're gonna put these, oh my goodness, honestly, so much just starting to cast iron still work out. It actually be so successful in terms of results because these are so heavy. Okay, so once it's in like that, and we're just gonna pulse, get everything well combined. And it'll dust up. It might even foam, it might create some steam just because these are hot. Oh yeah. And then just blend it until the consistency is so that it's like a crumble, so that it will evenly distribute all the flavors. So you're not seeing big pieces of chive or big pieces of sesame seed, that it's all kind of sunflower seed. Sesame seeds are small, so those might seem all one. Yeah, it looks so good. And this is what you're left with. I mean, it smells so good. And you could sprinkle this on salads. You could make a breading with this, on meats, on fishes. You could add this to roasted vegetables. And again, having 2 tablespoons of this in a day is all that you need in order to get all the benefits for your cycle. Again, the estrogen balance, the liver detoxification, and also the progesterone production. You're getting so many different things from this one beautiful seasoning. And so store it in an airtight container. You could store it in the refrigerator if you want it to last up to 2 weeks. You can keep it on your countertop if you know you're going to be using it relatively quickly. But I mean, seed cycling has never tasted so good. So I'm Bianca. I don't want to say I'm your seed cycling guide because I feel that's cheesy, but I'm definitely going to help you learn how to cook, to sync your cycle to your diet and to your life. And one of the elements is seed cycling, and this is what I covered. So second half of your cycle, sprinkle this baby liberally on all your things and deliciously balance those hormones. I'll see you next time.